Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Built Like This podcast. I'm your host, Maxine, on episode 329. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Just go ahead and click that like button on the YouTube, and that is your way of supporting this independent broadcast. Let's go ahead and get into these topics. Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is a Muslim now. The song that comes to my mind is "Are You a Muslim Now? No more dope games." Shout out Tupac, that song. I ain't mad at ya. That song. And that line specifically, "Are you a Muslim now?" That comes to mind when Brittany Renner came on these internet streets talking about she is a Muslim now. Now, look, I can't tell you she's lying. You know, she could really be transitioning into a Muslim. Transitioning, that's a key word. But the point is, look, everyone is on their own spiritual journey. And this may be hers. This may be hers for real, for real. Do I believe it? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And that's because she comes across very clout chasey, very do anything for attention, do anything for any type of fame, any type of engagement. The commitment for this type of engagement, though, is high level. It's not like you're Muslim on the weekends. And by Muslim, I'm also like, what I'm really saying is the whole garb. Like, she's wearing a hijab, she's fully covering herself. And yet we all know her as this woman who is scantily clad, this woman who purposely pursues high ballers. She's known for saying, "Oh, it's baby daddy season," or what she said, something rich daddy season, something like that. The point is, she has a reputation of going after men of high status in the industry, in the entertainment industry. And she has a track record of that supports what I'm saying. So for her to now be covered up entirely and to seemingly just completely shift and transition her life in a way that is opposite to how we know her as is quite jarring. It is quite jarring. And I'm going to go ahead and play this clip of her from her social media. And we're just going to dissect. And again, I could be wrong, right? She could very well be in this new path. And if that's the case, then God bless. God bless. Like, let people change. Well, I don't believe her not one bit. Let's go. Let's go ahead.
So I'm currently cleaning house, out with the old and with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah. I have no idea how this is going to look. I have contractual obligations, clothes to wear.
And that's the point here also. Like, she is a social media influencer. She makes her money from promoting particular wardrobe pieces and keeping up appearances looking a certain way. So just like she's saying here, she has contractual obligations to present herself as these companies sponsored her as. Like, they know her as the Brittany Renner that we all know her as. So for her to now be dressed as she is currently in this video, it is strange. It is strange. And if you even look in her profile pic, she is covered up as well. And I want to just give you guys a moment and make sure you are watching this on your YouTube channel right now or YouTube page so you see what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and show her what am I saying? I'm gonna go ahead and show her Instagram page so y'all see what I'm saying. Because it's a really big leap. It's a really big leap. Okay, so here, just take a moment and take this look, right? You see her recent photos. She is fully garbed up. She is head to toe garb, not showing her arms, not showing her legs, definitely not showing her armpits. But right here in this pic here, you see her ass. You see her ass. You see her pouting her ass. You see her, like, you know what I mean? You see her in her regular quote unquote self. So it's just interesting, right? It's a hard pill to swallow or to believe, I would say. But in this clip here, in this picture, she's tagging Fashion Nova, and she is contractually obligated to go ahead and post herself as such. And all the pictures or videos prior again continues just who we know her as. So this transition is hard to grasp. Now, in this latest clip that I'm showing you guys right now, you see her wearing more modest clothes, or modest clothes. I shouldn't say more modest. Um, I mean, these clothes are still very fitted, but nonetheless, they're fully clothed. Look, I mean, at this point, God bless. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not here to bash anyone anymore. Not anymore. But let me go ahead and finish playing this clip for y'all.
Supposed to do, bills that have to be paid, and you know, showing up the best I can, right? Because I know that it's not going to be perfect. I know that people may have a gripe. I mean, my arms are out, right? First of all, it's hot, and then I sweat like a puddle under my armpits. Not an excuse, but looking into Botox under my arms and finding clothes that are more aligned with where I'm headed, even if it's not to the book perfect. That's what this is all about for me, as I'm just going to show up and give my best, and every day my best gets better.
I mean, God bless. God bless. I mean, I don't know what else to say, y'all. Let people change, right? We could have our reactions, we could have our doubts. We could very well feel like this is a joke, but we don't know that to be true. We don't know her heart. We don't know exactly. Okay, someone at my window. Oh Lord. But yeah, so she is a Muslim now. No more dope games. See what I did there, y'all? I'm a hoot. Okay, Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin is speaking his speech, and I'm here for it. I've been appreciating a lot of what he's been saying in his interviews. It's been very consistent with my sentiments when it comes to Christianity, marriage, the weaponization of marriage, specifically for women. Kirk Franklin was on what's his name, Cam Newton's podcast, and he was talking about how marriage and sexuality has been weaponized in Western Christianity. And I like that he specified Western Christianity in this case, because we definitely see that to be the case. because I'm sorry saying cause um a lot of times in this society that we're in, we do measure someone's worth or someone's identity based on their marital status, based on if they are parents also. And if you've reached a certain age and have yet to be married or have yet to have children, oftentimes the elders in your community will look down upon you, or you may be stricken from opportunities because, oh, well, he's not married. He's not a mature man. Or you're not married. You're not a mature woman. You're not an actualized woman, right? All of these things. And I talked about this before, how Kirk Franklin mentioned in a previous interview. I forget which one. I think it was with Shannon Sharp. He talked about how, not everyone will get married. Like, the statistics don't support that. And I mean, he has yet to go into like polygamy and all that. So I feel like that'll be next in his like his interviews. But he points out that your love, your self-worth, all of that is still intact. Like, God still has purpose and plans, and you can still have joy in your life, if you just so happen to not get married for whatever reason. And I think because a lot of us who grew up in a Christian household, we are conditioned to believe otherwise. And it's pretty traumatizing, honestly. There's a lot of unlearning and deconditioning that has to be done, and that is being done, but it's a lot of intentional work. So to hear someone like Kirk Franklin preach and say this out loud with the loud voice that he has on the big platform that he goes on, including this one, Cam Newton's podcast, I commend him for what he's saying. So let me go ahead and play this clip for y'all, and let's dissect what he's saying here. And again, make sure you are liking this video on YouTube. You're liking this episode on the platform that you're listening. That is very helpful.
In Western Christianity, I believe that marriage has been weaponized in Western Christianity. Giving has been weaponized in Western Christianity. Sexuality has been weaponized. For example, any woman listening to this can attest in our culture. Don't be no 30, 35-year-old single Black woman and go to the family reunion. All the older women are going to do them. They're going to look at you and wonder, why you not married?
Where your man at? Where your kids at?
Like, it's a prerequisite for identity and value, that if you don't have a man, if you don't have kids, that something about you is broken.
And what's so interesting about that is I have someone, she's like this, a former mentor, I would say, but she's someone in my life who's older than me, who I grew up with, or I grew up under, if that makes sense. I'm trying not to say too much. Anyway, she's always had like that type of like elderly position in my life. And she will always budge and ask me invasive questions, I feel like. Because I feel like when you get to an age and you realize, oh, wait, what I do with my life is really nobody else's business, right? Especially what I do in my romantic life is really nobody else's business. Once you get to that age, you realize certain people who ask questions, they ask it in a way that's invasive, that's prodding, that's just ridiculous. It's really out of line. And she's one of those people who does that. She will always ask me invasive questions, and she'll ask me to get that answer, to get enough information. And You know how like sometimes when you talk to someone, you just get naturally life updates. It's never in that organic way. It's always in a way of, oh, you got a man yet? Or, ooh, you talking to someone who's the boyfriend? Who's a boyfriend? Okay, it's been 1 year. It's been 2 years. Y'all getting married, right? Was like just things that make me feel uncomfortable and cringe. Anyway, I had to tell her I'm not sharing. This is my personal. Like I literally had to say it like that to her, and this is all via text. Like imagine, not even in person. Anyway, the point is, she's an example of someone who does that, who will ask those questions of, "Oh, you, where your man at?" Da, 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 da. And it's like, why are you? First of all, where's your man? Hello, your man. Where is he? And what I also don't like is a lot of these older women who are unmarried would project onto younger women, telling them how they should live their lives. And what I know by experience, look, I know. And it's like they would preach this archaic way of living in a way that is the for sure guaranteed way to live a life that is happy and filled with love. Yet they have no testament of that in their lives. Yet there is no example of that I'm seeing in your life. Actually, I'm seeing the exact opposite of what you're preaching to me. And again, I'm trying not to say too much, so I'm being as less detailed as possible. But the point is, this is something that happens in a lot of communities. And it's annoying. It's annoying. It's to the point where you don't even want to go home sometimes. Like sometimes you don't even want to go home and like even be in a space where just in a proximity of people who you know will ask you questions that are invasive. And they'll cushion it in a way like, oh, I love you. I'm your auntie. I'm your uncle. I'm, whatever it is. So what? And your delusional mind, you think it's you showing your love. No, it's you showing your judgment. It's you expecting me to live my life the way you prefer for me to live my life. You see how that sounds off? I had to move to a whole different state to live my life the way I want to live my life. You see what I'm saying? So the point is, this is not an anomaly. This is not an experience that's only exclusive to certain people. No, a lot of people, if not everybody, maybe not everybody, of course, but like a lot of people could relate. And this is not specific to, but I can only speak from a Black woman's perspective, and also a Black woman who comes from a Caribbean background perspective. Like all of those factors I could speak to. But I'm sure in white families, maybe certain specific ethnic and white, but certain white maybe like Italian, Jewish white families, you know what I mean? So the point is, we are conditioned to think this way, and it's bled into generation after generation after generation until you finally realize, hey, this is not okay. I don't want to be subjected to this type of mindset. So I have to willingly and intentionally do the work inward to be free from this type of mindset.
Do you understand how dysfunctional these messages are?
Yeah.
And how we super spiritualize these messages. Paul said, but marriage is a necessary distraction. I have many friends that were in ministry at church, And the churches told them, if you're going to be in ministry, you can't be single. We're not going to let you work with the youth ministry if you're single. You can't do this if you're single. And so what people do, they quickly get married thinking that they're fulfilling God's will for their lives, but they are fulfilling man's dogma. You can be single and be used by God. You can be single and have purpose. Being married is not a prerequisite for God's hand on your life. It is not.
Can we say that again? Oh. Can we say? I just want to hear that again. That's beautiful.
Purpose. Being married is not a prerequisite for God's hand on your life.
For God's hand on your life. And again, like growing up, I've seen a few marriages rushed. Some lasted, some didn't. But let's talk about the lasting marriages. People want to get so hot, so high and mighty of it's 30 years today. Yeah, but for those 30 years, y'all haven't been having sex. For those 30 years, okay, sorry, for the 20 years out of the 30, it's been a miserable marriage. And y'all just found a way to live together in that misery, living separate lives, whatever, but you got into it for what? For what Kirk Franklin is saying here, man's dogma. I gotta fulfill this like arbitrary expectation because I can't lead ministry at my church if I'm not married. My community won't respect me if I'm not married. So it's a lot of trauma. It's trauma. It's trauma. Everything's trauma at this point.
It is not, but we've weaponized it. And then crucify people. Where my camera at?
Right there.
And then crucify people when those same marriages
fail.
I mean, my God, today I think I need to watch this interview in full. Very much so. Those same marriages that you forced me to be in, that I'm supposed to be happy in and covered in, they don't work out. Some of them don't work out. Some of them do. Don't get me wrong. Some of them don't work out. Eventually, I found the courage to leave and divorce. And I'm still crucified. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I just want to give some praise and hallelujah to Kirk Franklin for that beautiful word. He is doing the damn thing. I think he's doing God's work. I think he is doing God's work. Anyway, and this is not to say, I'm not trying to, I feel like I talk a lot about anti-marriage stuff. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying live your life according to how you want to live your life. Don't create your life in the preference of others. So whatever that looks like for you, I hope you have the courage to live that fully. But it's really traumatizing when you come up in a society or in a family or in an environment, whatever the case is, and you're pushed and forced to live a certain way and you're not necessarily looking for that way to be lived for yourself. And now you're quote unquote stuck because, the mindset feels like it's stuck. You're never really stuck, right? There's always a way out. But because you feel stuck, mentally, you really believe you're stuck, you're stuck. Anyway, God bless, child. God bless. Okay. What is up next in the docket? Okay, so I have not been really watching the Olympics. I mean, I have, but then I haven't. Like, I've seen clips. I would tune in for like a good 10, 20 minutes. Very cool stuff. Like, I'm very impressed. I'm just astonished at the level of talent, ability, skill, sportsmanship, all of that is shown, and it's very commendable. It's inspiring. Kudos. So I'm not taking that away from anyone. But what is being taken away is the bronze medal from Jordan Childs. You see what I did there? That was good. That was really good. Okay, so Jordan Childs is this Black woman who was in the Olympics recently. And she is 23 years old, super young. She is known for, I'm trying to see exactly like what is she known for? She's a gymnast. So she think of Simone Biles, but her name is Jordan Childs. So USA gymnast Jordan Childs, I don't know if I'm saying her name wrong, but let's just say Childs, was stripped of her first individual Olympic medal after the Romanian gymnastics team challenged her final score. While Team USA's appeal of that ruling was denied Monday evening, the battle for bronze is far from over. So basically, she won the bronze medal for her gymnastic part in the Olympics. She was then challenged by the Romanian gymnastic team regarding her final score. She was initially scored 13.666, placing her in 5th place. But as the stadium erupted in celebration over Brazil's Rebecca Andrade's gold medal, USA gymnastics coach Cecile Landy filed an inquiry over Childs' difficulty score. Minutes later, Childs was first to notice the judge's decision, leaping up and down as a stunned Landy gaped at the leaderboard. The judges revised her score by 0.1, giving her 13.766 to clinch the bronze. The win was historic, making the first time all 3 positions on the Olympic podium were held by Black women. In a remarkable display of sportsmanship, Childs suggested she and Biles playfully bowed to Andrade. The move was captured in an iconic photo that instantly made sporting history. Go ahead and show this photo to you all. It's a beautiful photo, very iconic. So shout out to them. But unfortunately, this woman right here, Jordan Childs, may not have her medal anymore. There is a technicality that may result into her medal being revoked. So this is an ongoing thing. This is pretty recent. I don't think there's been any new updates as of yet, but I find that to be very disappointing, right? Just imagine you thought you won, and next thing you know, you didn't, or you may get it all taken away from you. Hopefully they could figure it out. But anyway, Simone Biles, who we all know for sure, and her husband, whose name I truly don't know. I'm not even trying to be funny, but I really don't know his name. I know he's a pro athlete. He's in the NFL. I don't know with which team though. But, you know, they had some controversy a few months ago because he was being interviewed by a podcast and he mentioned how he's the prize. He's the prize. He's that nigga. He's the prize. And he didn't know who Simone Biles was. And basically, she chased him. And look, I don't see how. Look, here's the thing about women chasing men. I don't feel like I don't subscribe to the whole. A woman shouldn't make it obvious that she likes someone, that she likes a man, or that she's interested, you know, in any sort. I think that's so childish. Hello, like when I met Freckles Bay, it was instant. I was like, that one right there. And I like, I'm so stupid. No, but seriously, it wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here demure and hopefully he sees me batting my eyelashes. No, I'm gonna spark conversation. I'm gonna smile. I mean, I always smile, but like, I'm gonna smile a little hard. I'm gonna smile right at you. I'm gonna make eye contact. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make it known. And look at where we are now. See, closed mouths don't get fed. That's all I'm saying. Like, closed mouths, you could have to, and it's not about, I feel like chasing has such a negative connotation. No, it's about going after what you want. And hopefully he reciprocates, right? And obviously he did, right? And in the same case with Simone Biles. It's a reciprocation, but it's about two adults knowing, hey, we're both adults. Hey, I like you. Ooh, I like you too. Ha, let's go see where this goes. That's what it is. So this idea of, oh, she, Simone Biles doesn't know her worth and she should leave this man. Like, come on, dog. Anyway, so there was so they had some controversy because of that, right? And him like saying he didn't know who she was. Him coming across like he was downplaying her. I just took it as just she was in that interview room actually. Like, they seem to really like each other, love each other. It seems to be a very happy relationship. I don't know, right? But from what I could tell, I feel like it's good. It's all good in the hood. So Simone Biles, was playing in the Olympics, doing what she does, and winning per usual. So she won her medal. And in this image, I'm going to share this video or share this clip. So make sure you are following again on the YouTube and you are subscribed. Shout out to Fawcett Media. I'm getting this clip from his page. So hopefully it's all good. I'm subscribed to his channel too. So it's all support and love here. Anyway, he plays a clip of this woman on TikTok who went viral for critiquing harshly Simone Biles' husband. And again, I'm saying Simone Biles' husband because I really don't remember. I don't know his name right now. I'm not trying to be funny here. But she made a video. This random woman, everyone's random on TikTok, but just a random woman on TikTok, just harshly critiquing Simone Biles' husband because he is wearing Simone Biles' medal. So let's go ahead and take a look. I want to start right where she starts speaking. So let's go ahead.
Village, wherever she was.
Take her medal off. After all of take her medal off. Was it
you know what's so funny? Her voice reminds me of someone I know in real life. Who's very funny. Shout out to Tasha. We went to UNH together, undergrad, and she sounds just like her. Anyway,
you, Mr. Simone Biles, who was flying through the air yesterday? Was it you who spun like a top 30 times in the air and landed without stumbling? No, you were taking notes in the audience, and I thought that was cute. I was going to give him a pass. I thought him keeping score in the audience was kind of cute, and I was gonna take it easy on him. To open Instagram, why is her medal around your neck for the picture? For the picture that you post? After all we learned nothing. What a choice. What a choice. In the audience, he does look like pretty studious though, and like he's like really paying attention. Let her wear the medal for the picture that you post after everything that's gone on. That could be a pretty simple PR move. He's like, this is my only time to wear a gold medal around my neck, so I guess I'll just take this chance now. Not like I already got made fun of by the entire internet for trying to overshadow my wife and undermine her accomplishments.
Which isn't true.
Right. It isn't true. Yes, exactly. It's just so funny to me because the vitriol, right? The strong emotion that this random woman feels about this random guy is like Simone Biles' husband. Let me start saying his name because this is fucked up. Simone Biles' husband. What is his name? Jonathan Owens. My God, I knew his name. Jonathan Owens. He has a name. He has an identity. Let me just give him that. But anyway, people are going so hard against him because of that interview months ago. So much so that Simone Biles had to post a PSA. A PSA on her social media saying to everyone, y'all need to stop it. Seriously. Enough. The jokes are tired. Y'all need to give it a rest. My husband loves me. Like she had to confirm to everyone that it's all good in this marriage. How sad that we live in a time in which people feel like they have the audacity to tell you your husband is wrong for you. It's like, first of all, no one knows what's going on in their marriage. I'm only making assumptions that it seemed like they're happy and that they're doing well. It seemed like a happy, loving marriage to me. This is the marriage I would support. But other than that, it's just so funny. It's just in any capacity, we find ways to project our feelings and our strong feelings at that towards people who we don't know, or maybe those who we do know. Nonetheless, it's not our place. It's not our place. Anyway, Simone Biles actually ended up responding to her via comment in this video that went viral. She made a point to say she lets all of her family members, whoever wants to wear her medal, she lets them wear her medal and take a photo with it. Like, she is not stingy when it comes to that. Everyone knows, obviously, Simone Biles was the one who won, right? Simone Biles was the one who did what she did. Like, she doesn't have to wear her medal around her neck to validate her accomplishment. Her accomplishment is still well intact. But because of this impression, this poor impression Jonathan Owens has given us, people, not me, but has given a lot of people are feeling very up in arms about his involvement at all in her win. Like, come on. He's her husband. He's very proud and happy about just being married to her and just who she is and the accomplishment that she made. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So anyway, God bless, child. God bless. The way that she's talking too, like, it really reminds me of this girl of Tasha, my friend, back in college. Okay, well, Caresha spoke. Caresha speaks. Caresha, please. Caresha, for those who may not know, is one of the ladies Diddy was messing with. I mean, let me not say messing. I mean, yes, to us, we can make the assumption that it was like simply not serious, but serious enough that she will publicly claim him. They went to things together. They went to outings together, and he would talk about his love for her and vice versa. But we already know Diddy and his scandals now, and his reputation in Hollywood. When we learned about Caresha being with him, a lot of us were disappointed because we felt like Caresha was getting sucked up in this man's dark shadow. And I'm trying to find the clips of it on Twitter, but I guess they're blocking it out. But I could just paraphrase. So Caresha finally gives a tell-all, not even a tell-all really, but just like her point. Ever since her her man, because I don't think they're not together. I just think they're not being public about it. But she finally gives her point, her side, her story, her truth. She cries in her interview. She talks about how she felt like her world was crashing down. She's being interviewed by her friend Saucy Santana, who is, I don't know what he is, honestly. He's a man, but he's dressed as a woman. And it's 2024, y'all. I'm just trying to keep up, y'all. But she's crying, she's upset, and she's saying how her life went upside down, basically, and being with him, she added value to his life, right? She brought more value to him, and she's trying to play it off like, look, I was not this like victim that y'all tried to paint me as. And look, I'm not here to tell you what to believe about your relationship. I feel like we are so quick to say, no, he didn't love you. He didn't. I mean, look, Diddy is a different case. I don't think he loved her. I don't know if he loved her. But I'm speaking outside of Caresha here. I think we are quick to tell you what to believe about your relationship. If you believe he loved you, then he loved you. Right? Like, I feel like that's okay for us to let it be. I don't know. But God bless child. Hold on, I just saw interesting. Y'all know Jackie Aina, the makeup YouTuber. What does she do now? She's always getting into some type of. Sorry, some of y'all don't care. I'll look into this after. Anyway, but yeah, Caresha, please. I don't really care too much about it, so we don't have to get into it anymore. Okay, Keke Palmer. Remember Keke Palmer? The same Keke Palmer who I came on this podcast talking about. I don't know about the validity in that DV situation. Well, come to find out, she and her baby daddy, who she accused of DV, they're back together. And now look, yeah, oh, well, a lot of DV victims get back. Oh, yes, but this still wasn't DV. I don't think this was true, y'all. I think this was all a setup. I think this was a setup. I think it was a conspiracy. I think it was literally a conspiracy. Like, it was a conspired act for the purpose of engagement. A lot of you guys don't understand that these celebrities, they will pull these stunts for the purpose of being relevant, for the purpose of still being in your mouth, for the purpose of still being talked about. Like, that's a thing. That's a real thing. So the purpose here is she's talking like, she's painting him as this like monster, and this footage of him that we can't even fully see the video. We can't even fully see. We don't know if that was Keke. We don't know if that was him. We don't. I promise you we don't. Anyway, she's back with him. They're seemingly back together. There's new pictures of them smiling, happy as ever, like no DV has ever happened. And it's alleged that she is pregnant with their second child. And it's God bless. A happy couple, yes. But it's just, and I believe the conspiracy of it really not being the truth of the whole DV situation, because the timing of everything was so coincidental. It was so coincidental. Meaning she was she's getting serenaded by Usher. Then her baby daddy had a problem with it because of what she was wearing. And you a mom though, right? Okay, bet. Next thing you know, she's in Usher's music video and doing more than enough in the music video. And this was all like it was just back to back. Okay. What else? Then she's like performing song talking about I don't need a nigga. All I need is my baby. It's just okay, Kiki Popper. But you're back with that nigga. But DV victims, girl, but this wasn't a DV anything. This was a lie. Straight from hell. I'm telling y'all, I don't believe it. Y'all need to stop believing everything you hear or see on these media streets. But God bless y'all. Okay, Nick Cannon had a panel of men on his show. I guess he has a show. Yeah, he does have a show called Council Culture. It's his variation of cancel culture, but counsel, right? So instead of canceling people, we should counsel them. We should allow them to get good counsel so that they could be better, so that they could grow and rehabilitate and, instead of throwing people away. And I guess they're back on. And on this episode, he is joined with Godfrey, the comedian, Neo, and they're talking about how they changed after realizing women don't like good guys. And how basically, I guess all their life, or a good amount of time in their youth at least, they were the good guy. They were maybe nerds or just very nice, very nice, polite gentlemen. And they learn at a young age that the girls around them didn't like that. They wanted the niggas. They wanted the dope boys. They wanted the thugs. And they got rejected time and time again. And this is what I hear a lot from women who would react to this. Or whenever a man would say, yeah, I got hurt, or I'm a player now, or I'm a cheater now, or whatever the case is. And the man would reveal it was because my high school girlfriend or my first love at whatever age broke my heart. Whatever she did, she broke my heart and it really ripped me. It really ripped me a new one. And what I would see from women, their instant reaction would be, oh, okay. Oh, that's so corny. That's why men are so weak. They would instantly trash men and make them feel like shit, make them feel worse and even more just unworthy because of them being hurt over something that happened 20, 30, 40 years ago. And what I hate about, and I really hate that, let me just say that, I hate that there are women who do that. I was watching a video, I'm not gonna say who, but I like her content, but I just don't like the type of sentiments that she will say for certain things. But overall, I find her entertaining, so I'll still watch. Anyway, she was talking about this clip, and she was just bashing men for still being hurt over their first love. And like they should get over it and da da da. And it's like, that is the reason why men don't open up. That's the reason why men feel like they can't talk to you or really be vulnerable with you, because that reaction right there, you making them feel stupid for being hurt. Like, stop dismissing a man's feelings because your perception of how a man should be doesn't add up to what is presented to you. This is a human being who has real emotions. And yes, what happened when he was 21 hurts him still, or there's some residue from that at his age right now of 42. And that's okay. Like, what? Why are we? When I tell you that makes sense in my head, like it makes sense in my head, because being my age right now, there are things from when I was 11 that I remember vividly. traumatic things that I remember vividly that affects me, right? Like it affects how I move, it affects how I behave and communicate, all of that. Why would it not be the same for a man? Well, let's stop comparing traumas. Let's stop trying to play this Olympic game of who's more oppressed, who's more traumatized, who's more hurt in romantic relationships. Like, I understand, like, you know, we accept that from women. We accept women still being hurt, and I just don't want to be rejected. I just don't want to be cheated on. I can't do it. But when a man is feeling the same way, it's like, this weak ass, this gay ass nigga. This gay ass nigga. This gay ass nigga. Damn, why he gotta be gay? Why he gotta, yes. I feel like it's so ridiculous. Anyway, this is me setting y'all up for what this clip that I'm about to play to y'all has made a lot of women feel. And again, this just proves why men hate women. Anyway, let's watch.
It didn't work, and I stopped Bad Boy, and it didn't work. Right. But of the two, the Bad Boy always works a little more. So women are younger. Are women attracted to toxicity? Young women.
Because you gravitate to what smells familiar, and if you come from a household where machismo and all that is around you, you unconsciously feel safe in that.
Yeah.
And that's
but
what
then you learn from peers too, because you watch your boys and go, man, he's an ass. So I think I'm gonna do that, because high school happened to me. I was the nice guy, man. I was like, get us flowers. My mother's like, that's good. I did all that, and I got doodled on, and I was like, that will never happen to me again. Man, we gotta. I think that's kind of all. That might be the origin story of our I was the poem writing, flowers in the locker. To me, and then when I saw her go for the bad boys, I was like, fuck these flowers. And it worked, right? And I was like, I will never be heartbroken again. I never want to feel that. And it hurts. And you know, man, we can't take that. Right? Yeah. I thank you for that, because I think we just go from that a little bit.
But first of all, when did Nick Cannon stop wearing his turbans? Hello? What? I thought he said he had lupus. I guess it went away. I mean, it doesn't go away. It's chronic, but he has a head full of hair right here. God bless. He looks well. So I'm happy to see it. But look, again, I get it. Like, can we stop putting this like time limit or capsule to when you should stop thinking of things that hurt you, or stop letting things that hurt you find a way to dictate how you move in this world? This is natural. Like, I get that. Being heartbroken once was enough for me as well. It was enough for me as well. I was like, oh, I can't do this shit no more. No. So I get it. I honestly get it. But I mean, I think, again, we don't want to make decisions from a place of fear. That's never advised for us to do that, for sure. But I understand. And I think we have to give grace. So regardless of you being 42, 47, whatever, I don't care. I don't care. Like, let's stop diminishing someone's pain. I'll go to therapy. Like, I hate that. Again, people weaponize marriage. People weaponize whether or not you're a parent, and people weaponize therapy. Enough. Now, and then people are saying, oh, well, that's why Nick Cannon is having so many girls and having so many babies and yada, yada, yada. It's like, nah, these women, they know what it is. They know what it is. And we all know what it is too. I mean, I just think it is what it is. I don't feel like it's anything mischievous no, I just think people like to spread their seed. And there's nothing wrong about that. Like, it's not like he's getting women out of coercion. Child, anyway, let's end it here. Thank you so much for listening. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I've been enjoying these topics so much, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. Make sure you are liking this on whatever platform you're listening, and you share it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow this on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube as well. And I will check in with y'all next time. Peace.